Lines of love. Amy traced the outline of his face on her phone screen. Kale, the stoic hero of the manhwa Crimson Blade, stared back with eyes the color of a stormy sea. Her bedroom was a shrine to him, his image plastered on every wall. He was perfect. He was hers. Across town, Jin stared at a different kind of void, a blank manga panel. As the creator of Crimson Blade, he was Kale's god, but his church was crumbling. The page was a desert, and his inspiration had turned to dust. "Brought you a peace offering," Amy announced, bursting into his studio with a bag of melon bread. She saw the crumpled papers. Stuck? Just think of Kale. Imagine what he'll do next. "I can't wait to see it." Her enthusiasm was a bright, painful light. After she left, Jin tried to draw. He tried to summon Kale's sharp jawline and determined gaze, but his hand wouldn't obey. His eyes fell on a small photo tacked to his corkboard, a picture of him and Amy as kids. He sighed, the pen feeling impossibly heavy. The new chapter dropped online. Amy devoured it, but a cold knot formed in her stomach. The art was weak. In one panel, Kale's hand was blurry. In another, his face seemed to fade into the background. He was becoming a ghost. She stormed into his studio, tablet in hand. "Jin, what is this? What's happening to Kale? He's disappearing." Jin flinched, turning away from her. "I don't know," he mumbled. "The lines, they won't hold." That night, Amy dreamt she was in the ink-washed world of the manhwa. Kale stood before her, his form shimmering. "The artist has lost his way," the hero whispered, his voice like rustling paper. "When his heart is empty, this world cannot exist." Amy woke with a gasp, a new mission burning in her heart. If Jin's heart was the problem, she would fix it. She started by dragging him out of his studio and into the sun, determined to remind him of the world outside his window. They went to the places that had inspired his story: the ancient shrine, the bustling arcade, the quiet riverbank. "Remember?" she'd say. "This is where Kale fought the shadow demon." She was trying to reignite his passion, page by page. As Amy laughed, chasing a cat in the park, Jin felt a familiar spark. He pulled out his sketchbook. But it wasn't Kale's chiseled features that flowed from his pen. It was Ami's bright eyes, her determined smile, the way her hair caught the light. "What are you doing?" Amy asked, peering over his shoulder. She saw the page filled with her own face. "Jin, no. You have to save Kale. He's the one that matters." Her words were a slap in the face. "You don't understand," Jin said, his voice cracking. "Kale was never the hero. He was just a shadow. The real inspiration, it's always been you, Amy. Every quest, every battle, I drew it all for you." Amy froze. She looked at Jin, truly looked at him, and saw the years of unspoken feelings in his eyes. Then she glanced at her phone, at Kale's fading image, the boy who was real and the hero who was ink. Her heart was caught between two worlds. In her dream, Kale appeared one last time, fainter than ever. He smiled, a sad, beautiful expression. "His love is real," the ink-stained hero said. "Mine is just a story that needs an ending. Let me go." Amy woke up, her pillow damp with tears, but her path was clear. She found Jin asleep at his desk, the final empty page of Crimson Blade waiting beneath his hand. He looked so tired, so human. Gently, she moved his arm and sat in his chair. She picked up the G-pen, the metal cool against her fingers. It felt right. She looked at the blank panel, took a deep breath, and began to draw. Her hand moved with a certainty that wasn't her own. She drew Kale, strong and whole again. She drew him turning his back, not in defeat, but in peace, walking toward a horizon made of 1,000 graceful ink strokes. Beneath the drawing, in her neatest script, she wrote the last line of the story. "Thank you for loving me," she wrote, "even if only in a world of ink." Jin stirred, woken by the scratching of the pen. He saw the finished page, his eyes widening. He looked at Amy, who was watching him, her own eyes shimmering with tears. In the quiet space between them, everything was understood. He reached out, his fingers lacing through hers. Their hands rested together on the desk, next to the final page. The story of Kale was over, but outside the window, the sun was rising on the first page of theirs.